Thank you to this episode's sponsors, Nakata, Motonomic, Easy to Recruit, Think Car, and Ben. This month on Garage Talk Unwrapped, we're joined by legendary automotive journalist Quentin Willson, who doesn't hold back when it comes to criticising the government's approach to the motoring industry. We also take you trackside at Oulton Park for Tunerfest. At CarFest, we catch up with Izzy Hammond, daughter of Richard Hammond and one of the stars of the Smallest Cog. Then it's time for some industry insight from BM Catalysts, where Mike Flower gives us his take on what's really happening across the aftermarket. We head over to Westgate Tyres for a special feature marking Tyre Safety Month. We also swing by the IAAF Golf Day. Comedian Lee Mack drops by with a hilarious story involving cars and eggs. And we look at the power of LIQUI MOLY additives. Finally, we wrap up at the British Motor Show, chatting with the Dent Guy and the team at Auto Windscreens. First up is Quentin Willson.
So we're at Kinetic Live and we're going to talk to Quentin Willson, the famous motoring journalist. EVs. How do you see the situation at the moment with the EV market?
Well, look, I've got 3 EVs. I've driven them every day since 2009. The technology works. It's really, really reliable. The cars don't go wrong. The batteries last for 200,000 miles plus. We're seeing them coming off rental fleets and taxis with sometimes 500,000 miles. And there is this still very embedded view across, particularly the trade, that they're no good. It is they're going to just go away, disappear, and all the batteries are going to end up in landfill. They're not. You know, it's here, it's now, it's coming. The Chinese have cornered the market. 50% of all the cars sold in China are now electric. And I was on stage with Damon Hill the other day, and I said to him, look, you know, let's face it, an EV is better than a combustion car on a number of levels. And he says, yeah, it's more efficient, it's faster, it's cheaper, it's lighter, it's all these things. So look, don't pretend this is just going to be a blip and you'll go back to selling diesels. It's here.
Well, if you flip it the other way, if we were an EV world looking to change to combustion engines, people think we were mad.
Completely. There is that famous thing, isn't it? But that guy from the agency who said, right, we're going to have this car, it's going to have this tank of liquefied, you know, flammable fuel in the back, and we're going to pipe it along the car, and then we're going to blow it to the engine, and it's going to explode in cylinders. You'd say no, absolutely. Yeah. So, you know, I mean, I've done 50,000 miles in a Tesla Model 3, 5 years old, and I had my first bill the other day, 380 quid for a suspension joint. And that's part of the problem, that the trade is worried about workshop revenue, and that is going to happen. So I would say to people, look, it's an opportunity, not a threat.
Yeah.
Start gearing up to be a provider of EV service, sales and parts, and do it well and be one of those first movers in the space. And then you will be able to access 1.6 million EV drivers in the UK who don't have anywhere to go apart from franchise dealers who are still wanting to charge you a monkey for doing your brake fluid change and your tyre rotation. You know, there's an opportunity out there.
I think that's the key, isn't it? Is that if you compare the amount of garages to the amount of combustion engine vehicles, and then compare the amount of EV garages to the amount of EVs, there's very little EV competition in comparison.
There's virtually none. I mean, there's a few, you know, really well-known names who are doing really, really well. And I think also I would say, look, research this, look on the internet, but look further than beyond what you want to hear. Look, you know, how the batteries are lasting, how the cars are performing in service, and ask an EV driver. Don't ask TikTok or Facebook or, you know, social media, which are all these reheated myths. Talk to people who have owned these cars like me, and they will say, I would never go back to combustion because it's so much cheaper. 5 years, no servicing. How much would I have paid on a combustion car? 5 services. You know, it's a couple of grand at least.
Easy. And I think this is the thing, isn't it? We need to be louder promoting the EV vehicles than the people that are not being positive about them.
You'll find that people who diss EVs rarely have driven them. And there's still a large body of people who have never even sat in one. And it's people, you know, like me who do literally hundreds of thousands of miles in battery electric cars, can can tell you, look, they work, and they work really well. There's no doubt about their technology now. You've got people like BYD coming in with really, really good products, really, really good build quality, service parts, etc. And the prices are coming down. I mean, this useless government with its hopeless electric car grant has done nothing. But what's happening is prices are coming down naturally, and we're getting kind of parity with combustion, near parity with combustion and EV. But second-hand, EVs are now less than combustion, and you can buy like a Tesla Model 3 Performance, 2019, reasonable mileage for 12 grand. That car will do 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds. That's faster than a McLaren F1.
And also, I think it's also the cost as well. The cost of an electric vehicle there's no comparison, is there? It's far cheaper if you find the right.
Oh, I mean, if you charge at home and you're on 7.5p per kilowatt hour, and you charge at night from 11:30 to 5:30 in the morning, you can fill your battery, your tank for about £7.
Yeah.
It's nuts. And think of all that. So you're saving probably in a year typically £1,000, £1,200 on fuel, and then maybe £1,000 on maintenance because there's no exhaust, no battery, no lead acid battery, no injectors, no cam belts, no spark plugs, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah.
So it's a good £2,000 to £3,000 a year. You are ahead.
Let's talk positively. Where do you see the future of EVs? I think that's the big exciting thing for me, is that where could this technology go?
I mean, look, in 10 years, it's been amazing. I mean, we've gone from a little car like a Mitsubishi i-MiEV I had back in 2010, which would do 50 miles to one charge and 30 miles if you put the heater on, to cars now which will do 450 miles, Mercedes, EQS. So it's really fast. We'll see changes in battery chemistry. We're going to go, we're going to LFP. 50% of all Teslas are LFP. That's no cobalt in the batteries. And then we're going to see sodium ion. We're going to see semi-solid state. We're going to see faster charging. So that whole game is just, it's a pace of change which is just breathless. So go with it. Don't fight it. Don't push against it on ideological reasons because old Farage says, no, we're going to go back to burning coal. These things, everybody who drives an EV says, look, they are great.
One final question. Very experienced man in the motoring. Is this the most exciting time ever?
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah, I mean, even you go back to the 90s where we had all these fabulous cars like the, Ferrari 255, 456, Testarossa, F40, McLaren F1. That was a design highlight. But now, you can buy cars that will do 60 in less than 2 seconds, and cost a fraction of what it would cost for the equivalent supercar. And the design is getting better. And look, we're almost at the everlasting car. The aluminium, there's an aluminium floor pan out there that's pressed and it's never going to rust, and you just think, wow, we really have come to a place where personability is the most exciting, efficient, fast, dependable, reliable. And okay, it doesn't make the brum brum noises, but trust me, if you've got something, something Larry, you can have some fun.
Another great day at Oulton Park. Tell us what Time Attack is.
Yeah, it is a great day at Oulton Park, so we come here each year. So Time Attack is a championship for tuned road cars, essentially. That's where it started out. So it's the motorsport for the aftermarket. So it's not racing. Actually, our strapline is it's not racing, it's Time Attack. And it's about tuning shops preparing the quickest car they can and demonstrating that on track. So the idea is that they come to the track, they specialise in, say, a particular kind of car. And on a Monday morning, all their customers go to them and buy the parts and the expertise and have their road car built like that. That's fundamentally what it is.
And it's important because it's grassroots, isn't it? This is really where a lot of people start to understand vehicles as well. Because I think a lot of people see drivers and think that's it. Motorsport's a massive area.
No, not at all. I mean, the thing about Time Attack is because it comes from the aftermarket tuning scene, it has to come from a road car. So there's 11 different categories in Time Attack. Some of them are, rightly as you say, are fairly grassroots cars.
Yeah.
So a standard car with 4-point harness, personal safety equipment. and a handheld fire extinguisher. Simple as that.
Yeah.
You know, they take their number plates off, put a sticker set on, and they've got a Timertech car. But then you've got the other end of the spectrum, which is the pro paddock.
Yeah.
Where you've got cars that are maybe 250, 300,000 pound builds.
Yeah.
With very specialised drivers in them, and going and braking times that are quicker than GT cars.
People don't realise how long Timertech's been going. It's been going for many years, hasn't it? And I think now 20 years. And some of the crowds you get are actually very large crowds. You're getting quite a following.
Absolutely. I mean, it's completely different to any motorsport event for all those reasons. That there's a lot of relevance in that the people that are fans of Timertech are genuine car enthusiasts. They're people from maybe the modifying and the tuning scene, and we are their version of motorsport.
Yeah.
So it's not like coming to see, I don't know, touring cars or GTs or any other kind of normal generic racing. This isn't what this is.
No.
There's something completely different. It's very relevant that, again, the guys that are coming to watch or are part of the car clubs, their hero tuning company is in the paddock, racing their car. So that's the relevance there. It's a fun day out and we've got all kinds of cranky stuff going on.
Yeah.
But actually the relevance and the connection between the car clubs and the enthusiasts coming through the gate, they are looking and fanboying the cars that are running around the track.
But also, tomorrow they walk into that garage.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's one of those cliche things where, you know, it's age old, you know, race Sunday, sell Monday.
Yeah.
And that isn't, in motorsport these days, that's not so relevant to say, because generally a race car's got nothing to do with a road car.
No.
And the parts are very specialised and they're not the same. Whereas in Timertech, generally, probably 90% of the cars are using aftermarket parts, the same as what you would put on your road car.
Yeah.
So the relevance is huge. So, you know, this topic comes up quite a lot. It's like when, for example, if you look at the premise of BTCC, of touring cars, and you're all supposed to say, oh, well, that's the car I'm going to buy in the dealership tomorrow. Of course, it's not.
No,
it's a myth.
not.
There's nothing like the car you're going to buy in a dealership. Only with the same engine in it, let alone the body and everything else. So those things are a marketing myth. Whereas I'm not trying to compare what we do with touring cars, but it's a good example. And with Timertech, these are the parts that you would use on your road car if you're someone who likes to modify and tune your car.
You need support, don't you? To keep this going, to keep it going at the level you do, you need support all the time from the aftermarket, don't you?
To be fair, it's fairly natural because a lot of companies in the aftermarket, they use us as their shop window.
Yeah.
And rightly so, in that the products they've got that they're developed for road cars, because obviously that's the bigger market, the wider market, the thousands of people on the road with their normal car. So the relevance for them is to be associated with us and with teams, and to showcase their parts and their expertise. And of course, you can see on the, you know, behind us all the different names.
Yeah.
And over the years, you know, companies come and go. When they bring out something new, something different, they generally come to us and they use us as a bit of a test bed with all the teams.
My name is Darren, the owner of Spooks Racing Developments in Leicester, and I race a Peugeot 205 GTI.
Timertech.
Yeah.
What's it mean to yourself?
Started many years ago. I've been doing it like 11, 12 years, so 11, 12 seasons. Started off as something competitive for me personally, I think.
Yeah.
So opportunity to test my driving and my car building ability against what was back then, I think, the fastest front-wheel drive cars in the UK. I guess as the company evolved then, and we did quite well, it evolved into probably more of a showcase of what the business can do, more than what it was for me. Whilst I enjoyed the driving, it was also a really good way of showcasing my ability as a car builder and the components and things that I manufacture.
It's a good way into motorsport, isn't it, this?
Yeah, I mean, it's not the cheapest or the easiest, but pound for performance and return of time in the seat, it is actually really cost effective. Obviously, car specs and build levels are pretty far-fetched, so you know, if you're looking to build something, you're going to have to spend some money, unfortunately. I think as seasons evolve, and certainly as times always get quicker, so everybody pushes on, which is normally motorsport, but if you take a Timertech car and race it on a door handle to door handle circuit, you are heads and shoulders above, which just goes to show how developed a lot of these cars are.
And I think where the event's held at says a lot about the championship itself, doesn't it? The fact they're at Oulton Park, Donington Park, you know, the MV
we are spoiled with the circuits that we go to. It's a great championship, and you get a lot of seat time and a lot of competition, which is why we do it. It's absolutely been like a platform of progression for me.
Yeah.
Like, I've cut my teeth here, I've competed against some of the best people in the country, and it just kind of propels you on to other things then. But the media coverage is really good, so exposure online is followed widely, so you do get your name about. Obviously that's good if you are good. You're not having such a good day.
No,
it's not the best, but it's I would encourage anybody who's got a quick car and wants to come and test themselves to come and have a crack.
Nigel Yardley, our competition winner at Time Attack. What kind of day are you having?
It's a fantastic day. I've never been to Time Attack competition before, so it's all new to me.
How is Yardley's garage? I mean, you're in sort of Nashville, aren't you? How is trade over there?
Yep. Oh, busy as always. We're we're working 2 or 3 weeks waiting list, so we really can't complain.
And is that on MOTs and repairs?
Yep. The MOTs are just taking off with the post-COVID rush. We've come out the lean spell and everything's going tickety-boo.
And as a garage owner, the MOT cost at the moment is a big discussion. What's your feelings?
It's annoying that it hasn't gone up in however many years, 15 years or whatever we're at now. The constant investment in tooling that has to go on. We know we've got the forthcoming emissions tightening, so we've got to be prepared for that. But without an increase, it's not going to happen.
Now, obviously we're at Time Attack today, and it's a day at the garage, so I don't want to talk too much workshop with you. What does it mean to have days out like this?
Oh, it makes the whole job worthwhile. Just to get out and see the sport part of the industry we enjoy. It makes it all worthwhile.
And you're a team of 9.
Yep.
I believe that you don't just take out one or two, take out the whole team at times. It's important to you, your philosophy, isn't it?
Yeah, we try to do how to work things best we can. Meals out and trips to Goodwood Festival of Speed, things like that.
Well, it's pleasing to hear, and that must mean a lot to your staff.
I try to do my best by them. They do all the hard work. I try and give back to them.
Here at CarFest on the Smallest Cog stand, Izzy Hammond, how are you?
I'm very well, how are you?
Good, thank you. Running the stand, I see, in place of your dad.
Yeah, I'm in charge today.
Hey, there you go, Richard.
What could go wrong?
Well, you tell us. How are things at the Smallest Cog?
Busy.
Yeah?
Really busy, really hectic. It always is, to be honest. There's always something going wrong, not a lot going right, but we sort of pull it together in the end.
I think people don't realise it's a garage, isn't it? It's a working garage every day.
Yeah, I think 'cause obviously we have the show around it, but we only have the cameras in sort of 3 days a week.
Yeah.
And then the whole time they're just working. Like our Mondays and Fridays is just like any other garage. Just sometimes we have some cameras in there at the same time. But it's hard work. And like these guys We've got some of the mechanics here today, and they're the hard workers. They do the real stuff.
And obviously, you know, yourself and your dad used to the glitz and the glamour of the Grand Tour and the show. What's it like, really?
At the garage?
At the garage life in general?
Yeah, I mean, it's just everything car. All we do is cars. We sort of eat, sleep and breathe cars. Wake up in the morning, think about them, go to sleep, think about them. They're just our whole lives, really. And we wouldn't have it any other way.
Because it is about the vehicles. Actually,
Yeah.
the fame has just come because he's into cars, hasn't it?
absolutely.
And the family. And you've taken that on board, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, he's at his best when he's just chatting about some old knacker that he's found in a field.
Yeah.
He just loves it. And the same with bikes as well, actually. They're just sort of his whole world. He also seems to know everything about all of them.
But again, that shows that actually, when you see him in the desert with Jeremy and James, that's just for show. They've actually got passions about vehicles.
Yeah.
And actually, for the automotive industry, they're brilliant. And I think that's the difference in between somebody's just presenting.
Yeah, and I think that's why they did so well, because they had that genuine interest, that authenticity, and they loved what they were doing, whatever stupid car they were in whatever country in the world. They loved doing it. And Rich's ability to talk about an engine, for example, is nuts. Like, he can be on the side of the road and sort of figure it out. And I'm like, I've not got a clue.
When you've grown up with this, how has it been for you?
I mean, it's kind of all I've ever known, really. He got Top Gear when I was, I think, 1, maybe 2 years old.
20 years ago?
Yeah, so I was about 1 or 2, and it's literally just all I've known. So
Yeah.
I don't really know. I'm kind of the worst person to ask. I just don't know any different. But yeah, it's been pretty crazy.
But now you've had to step forward into the limelight more. How has it affected you and how it affected your life? What kind of impact it had?
I mean, I'm really lucky because I wasn't really into cars when I was growing up, and sort of as I've become sort of an adult, I've realised, oh, maybe I could do that. Maybe I'm interested in that. And then from there, it's just been a whirlwind, really. And I'm lucky as well because of the time we're at now. It's so much more open for girls and women to get involved in cars, and previously it just wasn't. So I think I'm really lucky the time that I've been able to get into it.
And I think that's a powerful message, isn't it? Because we are trying to encourage more minorities and females into the industry. Because obviously, we say we've got a skill shortage. We haven't. We just don't welcome the right people into the industry.
Absolutely.
So it's important that you give that message out, is that, look, come on, ladies, it's brilliant here.
Yeah. And actually going into it without having to have all of the knowledge. I think there's such a big barrier to entry because, you know, like my dad, for example, he just knows, you point at any car, listen to any engine, he'll know exactly what it is. For me, I know I will never have that kind of brain. I'll never be able to think like that. I'll never know what everything is. But it doesn't matter. You can learn as you go. And you don't have to know everything to be able to get involved.
But again, you're now showing the same passion as your dad. Again, it's not about the fame. It's not about the TV camera. It's about just enjoying what you're doing, isn't it?
It's just about the cars at the end of the day. We just love these stupid things.
Well, tell us about the stupid things, as you say. I'll let you say that.
Yeah, no, this is my Mini. It was on a ramp yesterday, not gonna lie. Starter motor was a bit. For the last couple of months, the only way of starting it is to bump start it. So you have to sort of find a hill and push it.
Perfect.
Push it down it and then it will start. But now it's doing pretty well. It's doing pretty well. I need to get it out a bit more and do some racing in it.
So what's the future hold for Izzy Hammond? Not Richard, not any of that. What's the future hold for Izzy?
That's a big question. That is a really big question. I don't really know. I think I'm still finding my feet and finding what I enjoy within the car, because the car world's enormous.
Massive.
Absolutely enormous. There's so many different bits and bobs. So at the minute, I'm really lucky because I'm kind of dipping a toe in everything and working out what I want to do.
Well, stick with it, please.
I will.
Because we need more people like your good self pushing this industry and being positive about it. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you so much, guys. Enjoy the weekend.
Thank you.
The automotive aftermarket it's a dynamic market. It's always one that's been constantly changing. So I've been in the industry for over 30 years, and during that time seen immense change. So it's under constant change all the time. I think what is going on at the moment is there is enormous market consolidation going on, both in the UK but also across Europe. So historically, if you look back at the market 20 odd years ago, it was dominated by independents, some large independents, who were owner managed. very successful businesses. Now we've got more international-based companies, and there's a lot of investment coming into the market. So the challenges that faces, you're now dealing with larger organisations with corporate structures. I think the other element of change that's coming into the market as well is technological change, certainly the electrification, but also complexity of vehicles, and that's representing challenges in terms of technical support. In terms of my role, and that is one is to adapt and remain flexible when those changes take place. So that means dealing differently and with different people within organisations and different levels, and it's really to remain open to those changes. Interesting question, and quite honestly, I don't think they have. The automotive aftermarket and the main players within it have always been very exacting of what they want. They want quality products, they want good availability, they want support, and they want good pricing. And I think those core elements are still the same today than what they were when I first came into the market 30 years ago. Product complexity. If you look at the history of hot end emissions, when they were first introduced, they were quite relatively simple products, underfloor catalysts. That's all they really consisted of. If you look at now of a Euro 6 emission system, certainly diesel, it consists of catalytic converter, a diesel particulate filter, SCR unit, the sensors on there. So a modern exhaust system is completely different from what it was even 15 years ago. So that is probably one of the biggest challenges. So what that is representing is it represents a challenge to us as a manufacturer, that we've got to be able to manufacture different products, but also the customers to understand what those products are, how they actually work, and also for us to give them the technical support that they need. I think product and range proliferation. So go back, again, when I first started, I worked for an exhaust manufacturer. We actually covered the marketplace at that time, that over 50% of the market was represented by 200 part numbers. You look at that now and look at that in terms of emission products, you're talking thousands of products. I think the other thing, something that we touched on earlier on with market consolidation, is that now we look at customers not just from a UK base, but also from a pan-European base. So a lot of customers that we're now dealing with have got operations that are all over Europe. A trend that's always been forecast from emission products over many, many years is that modern technology, regardless of what it will cause the demise of emission systems, and in fact it's having the opposite. Electrification, of course, is one challenge, but certainly hybrids are still using internal combustion engines. And something we touched on earlier on with product complexity, that will only increase. And with the forthcoming introduction of Euro 7, the details of which we're yet to see, we're going to see another step up in the complexity of the products. The people. It's a people business. Always has been. Some great people in the business. And I think it's one of those industries where, yes, you've got customers and you've got customer relationships, but in many cases, they actually become sort of lifelong friends. A lot of people who I work with now, I've known in the industry for many, many years, that we know each other. And I think also that if you were honest and open in your dealings then you develop very, very strong relationships. So it's definitely a people business. I think it's a dynamic industry, and as the complexity comes on, it's providing more and more opportunities. So today, it isn't just a question of supplying parts on demand, but technical side of things. So cataloguing, I think the change in distribution as well, with what's going on with online selling. There's both new technical challenges, and there's also marketing and communication challenges as well. So there's some great opportunities. So I would say it's a marketplace that can fulfill a career.
For tools and machinery, come to Machine Mart. Experts in our 65 superstores help you choose from the vast range, including air compressors, tool chests, stoves, welders, generators, water pumps, heaters, power tools, and much, much more. Or just order by phone or online. Look out for our money-saving special offers. Our free catalogue contains hundreds of price cuts and great new products. Or visit our website with thousands more specialist products in Machine Mart Extra. Shop in-store, online or call.
Hi, my name is Sophie, otherwise known as the Tyre Lady, and today we are here at Westgate Tyres in Morecambe, which is my family business. We run with my mum, my dad and my sister, and together we have been going for nearly 30 years, and today we're going to fit 2 Churchill tyres, this lovely Vauxhall. We sell Churchill tyres as our main sort of house brand because we have such a great working relationship with Bond International, and also because Churchill tyres are so good. They have a great accidental damage warranty, and also it's peace of mind motoring. They're very quiet and just a generally good tyre. We're replacing these lovely Lancels with some Churchills, and the reason for change is the wear indicators. They are literally just above, so it's probably about 2 millimeters. We always advise to change it about 3 or around then, just because it doesn't push out the water as effectively below 3 millimeters. So usually when a customer comes in for 2 tyres to be replaced, expected wait time, I would have said between 20 minutes to half an hour. We are quite quick at Westgate Tyres, so sometimes it could be quicker than that. It can also depend on how busy we are at the time as well, because we don't work on an appointment basis, which a lot of people think is quite crazy, but we don't stick to appointments. We just do first come, first serve basis.
Between the new tyres, which are in a lot better condition to what the old ones were.
So the benefits of having new tyres now, obviously coming into the winter period, I know technically it's still a summer tyre, but obviously because you've got a lot more tread than what you've got on, you'll find that the water is pushed out more effectively. These tyres specifically are known as quite quiet tyres, so you'll probably have less road noise, and it'll probably feel like a brand new car. I know that sounds silly, but it will feel, and it'll handle a lot better. And you've also got peace of mind motoring, which is what they say with Churchill tyres, because they come with an accidental damage warranty as well. So to find the correct tyre pressure for your vehicle, it'll either be in the handbook of the car or in the driver's door card. Sometimes it's in the passenger door card, and you'll see like 2 little people in suitcases, or 1 person, 4 people, and they'll tell you what pressure to change it to if you've got extra load. But you can also find that in your petrol cap as well.
Now that we've put the correct specification of the tyre pressure in it, we'll now rebalance the new wheels, because when the tyres have been removed, the balancing of the wheels is all out.
So the clean process is important, obviously, on the brand new wheel, because the adhesive from the previous weights that have been on there, you want that completely removed. So when you stick the brand new weights on there, it is a clean stick and they stay on. If you don't clean the previous adhesive off, then you will lose balance weights, and then you'll end up with a balance problem on your wheels, and you'll get a shaking or a wobbling at about 60 miles an hour at speed, and that's not what you want when you're driving.
So last process of the job is putting the wheels back onto the vehicle. Making sure you don't do that one over tight, because otherwise you'd end up having problems in the future. And that's that. Both the wheels are back on. Just need to torque them to the correct manufacturer's setting, and then that's this job done.
So these are some of the problems that we get with tyres. This one has had an impact damage here, so someone has misjudged the curb or a pothole or something, and it's burst the side of the tyre, which means they've ran it flat, so the tread has completely separated from the sidewall. And this tyre itself was made off the dot code in the 45th week of 2024, so it's actually not really an old tyre, because by the time that's made itself over to here after being transported from the Continental factory, it's probably not been on the vehicle for long. It's not used a lot of tread either. This one is a tyre that has been used to its end of life, but on the outside edges is completely bald. That indicates to me that that tyre has been run under pressured. So when you see damage like this and it balded on the outside edges, both sides, it's definitely been under pressured. If you saw it where it was bald in the middle, then it means it's been over pressured, and altogether they've just basically got as much out of this tyre as they possibly can, but put themselves at risk at the same time. This is one thing that I see on a daily basis, and it's probably one of the most common issues, and that is purely down to not having the vehicle aligned. So that tyre has been fit. You can see there's plenty of tread still on this side. It's not amazing, but obviously there's still plenty. But on the inside edge, it's completely bald, and that's purely due to the alignment of the vehicle not being right, or a suspension component possibly have gone wrong as well. We have a huge problem in the tyre industry, and that is pure lack of care for these round rubber things that are on a person's vehicle. They are the only point of contact to the road, and unfortunately not being looked after properly has led to there being so many defective tyres on the road. So as the Tyre Lady, my cause is to make sure I get as many of these off the road, and that it is safer roads for everyone.
So just to say a big thank you from everyone at IAAF for supporting us on our golf day. As I said this morning, it is our second sporting event of the year. I'm pleased that no one got injured. But just wanted to thank our sponsors, our main sponsor, UK Garage and Body Shop event. Thank you to NRF for the balls and the tees. I only played 5 holes, lost 4 balls, so apologies. Big thank you to Nearest the Pin sponsor Hella and all their support with the umbrellas as well, which probably brought the rain on really, but
Sorry about that.
that's okay. Longest drive was Auto Mechanic of Birmingham, so a big thank you there. Impression and Annie, where's Annie? Over there. Thank you for the, what did you bring? Oh, the empty water bottles. No water, just empty water bottles. Love it. Big thank you to Marla and also Boswell as well.
Lee Mack, CarFest.
Yes.
What a fantastic show. You love it here, don't you?
I love it. I love CarFest because I always think this is the festival. If you're not a massive fan of festivals, you'll still love CarFest.
Yeah.
Because it's quite clean. Let's face it, most people don't like going to festivals because of the toilet issues.
Yes,
and I'm one of them.
Okay.
But this, they've got very nice toilets.
Now, your history of cars is very interesting, isn't it? I've been reading up on it.
Well, I've not got a massive history. I've got a weird relationship with cars. I'm not massively into cars.
Yeah.
But I do love old sort of cars as well.
Yeah.
To look at, but I don't know anything about them.
What's the best car you've ever owned?
Genuinely, I think it was my first ever vehicle. It was a Bedford CF van.
No.
It was 250 quid. And it's basically, most ice cream vans in the 1970s and 80s were made from Bedford CF vans.
Yeah, they were, yeah.
And this wasn't an ice cream van, but it was just the van bit. And I used to be a mobile DJ, and I used to keep all my stuff in the back.
Yeah.
And in between the passenger seat and the driver's seat was like a big piece of metal that wasn't bolted down properly. It would fly off, and you'd see the engine was next to you. So as you were driving, the engine was just like you could touch it, which is dangerous because the flap kept coming off.
You didn't touch it though.
No, but also, do you remember the days of? They might still do it, but if your radiator leaks, you put an egg in it. Do you know this?
Yeah.
It like seals up the it's like Radwell.
It's in there, yeah.
And I never got around to sorting it out, so I used to just travel around with like a dozen eggs in the dash. And every now and again, I'd say, I got so used to doing it, I once got out, I said, oh, hang on, mate, to my mate, go out, put the egg in, get back in the van, and carried on driving. And he said, does your car run on eggs or something? And it used to always stink of boiled eggs.
We deal with the aftermarket, and there's obviously major manufacturers, but I think you've just got with a better solution than most of them have.
Yeah.
Eggs.
Eggs is cheaper than Radwell's. I can't do it now because I'm trying to be vegan, but you know.
What do you drive at the moment?
So I've got a camper van actually that I've come here in. It's a VW camper van with a tent on top. And when I say on top, I mean you have to get out and go up a ladder.
Okay.
It's a roof tent that flips out. But I love that.
But they're major now, aren't they? They're in the UK. You know, it costs 30 grand just to buy one.
Yeah. Well, they're not cheap, but also. They exploded during COVID.
Yeah.
When everyone thought we're never going to be allowed to go abroad again, everyone wanted a camper van. So a bit like us at the time, probably.
For tools and machinery, come to Machine Mart. Experts in our 65 superstores help you choose from the vast range, including air compressors, tool chests, stoves, welders, generators, water pumps, heaters, power tools, and much, much more. Or just order by phone or online. Look out for our money-saving special offers. Our free catalogue contains hundreds of price cuts and great new products. Or visit our website with thousands more specialist products in Machine Mart Extra. Shop in-store, online, or call.
Tommy Bristo.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Panel beater.
That's it, yeah.
It's a machine here. We've just been talking to Tim and Fuzz about classic cars.
Yeah.
You've got this. Looks like a classic piece of tooling.
Yeah.
Tell us about what you do and why you got this tool.
Well, this tool is, well, I don't know really what you call this. Normally they use logs. This is just for beating your aluminium or steel over to make the big curved wings, the big curved panels, things like that. So this is for roughing it out, and also force shrinking, which we do on the other side over here.
Fair to say you're traditionalist?
Yeah, definitly, yeah.
And is that, obviously there's a lot of new technology coming out, but you obviously get a lot more satisfaction out of doing it the old way?
Yeah, the old way, yeah.
Why is that?
So the old way, I do obviously settling welding, the gas welding. All the panels are hammered out, they're not pressed. They're all sheet metal, hammered out, gas welded together.
And yet you're fully booked?
Fully booked.
For ages?
Years.
For years, yeah.
Booked for years, mate, yeah.
Is that because people know what you do, like and trust you, which obviously is the key?
Exactly, yeah.
And it's because you are being honest, you show them what you do, and you're still doing it the proper way, so to speak.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, you can buy these panels, well, you can buy a lot of these panels from other places, but they're pressed out, they're not very high quality, and they're very, very expensive. And there's no, they don't speak to the customer and say, you know, we're worried about this, we're worried about that, we're going to do it this way, we're going to do it that way. It's more personal when I do it for the guy. You know, he can ring me up at 10 o'clock at night and say, I'm worried about such a thing, or I'm thinking about such a thing, and that's what I think what people like more about it, yeah.
And what's it feel like to be recommended by Tim Shaw?
Oh, it's amazing. he's a top lad.
And how do you know Tim?
I met Tim through a previous person that I did a bit of work with called Tim Kelly. Yeah. And he put me on to Car SOS. Did a bit of filming with Car SOS, and then really clicked with Tim. I've done a car for him. He's on about me doing another car for him, and yeah.
I think it's hard not to click with Tim.
Yeah, no, he's a very friendly guy.
He's a brilliant guy.
Yeah.
But again, it's all about the traditions of the industry, isn't it? Yeah. What Tim does, what you do, what Fuzz does. I can see the connection there. Yeah. What did it mean to appear on Car SOS, and what did that bring to you?
Oh, it was amazing. It was really nice because, you know, on top of everything else, it gives you that massive amount of credibility with your work. So for somebody to notice it and say, you know, Tim's really, really pushed and said, we want to get you on the stage, we want to get you filming because people need to see the things that you're doing. Well, that makes you feel great about it, you know.
Well, come on then, that's enough talk. Show us what you have done. Let's get some of your products up here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no problem.
Come on then, talk us through it.
Yeah, okay. So this front valance, this goes underneath the car. Yeah. This is actually being made for Ronnie John Hoare's car, which is Marinello's concessionaire. That's in the workshop at the minute. Okay. It had a crash back in the past. They put the wrong front end on it. This is the new one. So this sits underneath. Yeah. And yeah, there's a bit of an air intake and whatnot, but it's actually made in 4 pieces, this. So it's a corner,
one there,
a centre and another corner, and then the top part, which is where the grille sits. And then there's a piece that goes along here. This slows the airflow down. This is for cars that are in colder climates. Cars in the hotter climates don't have that. They have an air intake at the bottom, and that's not on the car to allow for more airflow.
How long's that taken?
5 days, 6 days.
Is that 5 or 6 days solid, or going in between jobs, doing a little bit here and there?
Little bits here and there, yeah. I'd say, what, if you did 6-hour days, 4 or 5 days, something like that, and it's all gas welded. That's the main problem. The actual making the parts isn't hard. It's getting it fit together in the right place and nicely. This is the problem,
And the fact, the pride that you've actually made something, how does that feel?
Oh, it's amazing, especially for something as amazing as Marinello's concessionaire. And somebody's asked me to do that car for them, and then you fit it, and the guys chuffed the bits with it. It's an amazing feeling.
I've also seen on the stand that you're talking to other people. You're trying to pass your education on, aren't you?
Absolutely, yeah.
Is that, you want people to treat the industry like you do and go back to the basics of the industry?
No, absolutely. I mean, we've kind of lost it a little bit now, where it's less fix it and more chuck it away and get a new one, which I don't really agree with at all. I think people should be fixing the things rather than, you know.
Well, also, the quality of this. I'd imagine it's not as good a quality of this if it's not handmade.
Yeah, the quality. I mean, it's very high quality, and the quality of things that you buy tends to be not very good.
Jim, windscreens changing, aren't they?
Very much so. Yeah, all the kit that's attached to them now, and the safety features that are on the glass, ADAS systems are on the glass. We have to be calibrated afterwards, so it's changed. No ending. I've been doing it 34 years, and the progress is immense.
Auto Windscreens obviously at the head of this, but they have to be because they're positioned in the market. What about personal level? How much training you had to do? How much have you had to adapt?
So yeah, again, I've been in the business a long time. When I first started, it wasn't bonded. It was just stringing windscreens. So it was bonded, and then we have ongoing training. Our technicians have ongoing training with all the new kit we've got coming out. We do a lot of collaboration with Hella, which is a diagnostic tools.
Yeah, we know Hella.
So they offer us training. We do that. Then we train it to our technicians as well. But it's constant. It's ongoing because it's a never-moving subject.
So Hella Academy has changed a lot for you then recently.
So they do all the training for us. Once we've got that training, then our regional trainers go out and do it to our technicians around the country. So.
Yeah. And you've got some glass here over at the motor show. Tell us what's going on at the motor show today.
This is actually a mini glass, a flat mini glass. Has not been curved properly for our jigs in Chesterfield, but we use it for demonstrating the glue gun. So this is the glue that's been put out from a urethane gun. We also use them for repairs, chip repairs, and we can practice on them and train our guys on the kit they're going to use out in the field.
Chip repairs, you can go to your local supermarket car park and get them done. How valid is that though?
How good are the chip repairs in the supermarket? It varies between company, I'm sure. There's a lot of companies out there which have done a lot of training, use a lot of good kit. We also see the other end of the scale as well. So our guys do a lot of training on the kit to get you good with it.
And with the collaboration that's needed, I'm guessing that everything needs to be double checked, even from a supermarket car park.
Well, yeah, exactly. We have to make sure they're doing the standards. If we've got our name to it, we want to make sure that we're covering them that way.
And I mean, that's changed. The market's changed recently, really, hasn't it? I mean, I always remember as a kid, if you had a chip, it was a massive job. Technology's changed that side of things as well, hasn't it?
We've got new kit. Yeah, there's some kit over there. I can show you in a minute. If you want the new kit, we've got to be rolling out to our technicians, just because it's more modern. It's a better way of doing it. The resins have changed. They're more sustainable, less dangerous, less health and safety wise things as well. So.
And safety now is a massive part. I mean, it always has been safety regarding glass, but it's vital, isn't it, these days?
That's it. With all the safety features on the vehicles these days, the windscreen plays a massive part. It's not just changing your windscreen. You have to make sure that everything is done afterwards for the ADAS calibrations to make sure the sensors still work properly. So when the car's being driven, it's still picking up the features it should do and where it should pick them up.
And of course, we have dash cams now, which are obviously an important part to a driver's kit as well. The windscreen must be able to cope with where you put your dash cam as well. So obviously that's made a change, hasn't it?
Depending on the dash cams, we normally have them. You normally see them up the top of the screen. On a normal vehicle, normal car, trucks tend to have them on the bottom for they need to be out of the way of the ADAS cameras and the features together. It can interfere with those if you don't have them in the right place.
They're an important part, aren't they? Because there's so many scams out there today.
We have them in our vans, all our guys. This is a very new one to us. It's an AI one as well, so it picks up if it's internal facing. So our guys, if they're using phones or smoking in the vehicles, but it also covers our guys, like you say, on the road when it's not our fault or the technician's fault. If they get hit, it proves yes or no, it's somebody else or our technicians.
And it seems a shame because a windscreen really should be to see through, but these days they have to hold phone holders and everything like that, and of course that's important as well to comply with the law.
Again, our guys now, with these new vans, these are brand new, all our tablets, the technicians' tablets used to be on a holder on the screen. They're not anymore. They're all on Apple Play or CarPlay, so they're linked to the screen in the car rather than being able to use a tablet, because like you say, it's safety. We don't want them touching them as they're driving.
And I think one thing that people forget then is that all this material on the windscreen, you need to keep your windscreen clear, don't you, because you need the view, and obviously you need to ensure that your windscreen up from all the marks as well is clean.
Yeah, I hate having a dirty windscreen. My wife cleans it with her hand when it's misty. I have to get in with a tissue and clean it because it does put you off. If you're looking at something rather than looking down the road, that's going to put you off if you're having to look at round things.
So you mentioned the Durabond repair kit. Talk us through it.
So yeah, this is a repair kit for repairing the chips on the windscreen. We'll clean the chip out first with a spike to move any loose glass out of the chip area. This then suctions onto the glass, which the white section goes over the chip, central on. You then inject the resin or insert the resin into the chamber here, which rolls into the chamber over the thing. That makes a seal over the impact point, and this blue chamber winds back to pull a vacuum, or also to push the resin into the chip. So it forces the resin into the cracks, and the air comes back out, so it takes the air out of the chip and the resin runs in. Once it's cured, once it's done that part of this process, we can turn the kit round, and on the back there is a UV light which cures the resin off to make it hard, to give the structural strength back to the repair, and also it smooths off so there's no impact on the glass and your wipers don't get smeared or rubbish or worn out going over it.
And of course, a lot of the places you see these kits, these things being done now, it's all about insurance, isn't it?
Oh yeah, insurance companies love this. It's a lot cheaper. It saves them a lot of money. If you've got a screen that's £1,000 worth, it's maybe 50, 60, 70 quid to them. So it's a lot cheaper. And you can do multiple ones on the screen depending where they are and how close together they are and things like that, and sizes. But it's a lot better. They do like it.
Hence the gazebos you see in car parks.
Yeah, we got a canopy on the van as well, so we can use that if we need to for wet weather. So yeah, insurance companies love it.